Hey mambo, mambo Italiano, hey mambo, mambo Italian, hey mambo, mambo Italian, hey. What up? So why did your girl leave Detroit to go to Venice, Italy? Because she got tired of staring at the same four gray walls of nothingness, which was her existence. Okay, let me stop playing. Let me stop playing and explain to you why I'm drinking a spritz instead of a Faygo orange pop right now. So let me tell you, I was living in Detroit, which is where I grew up most of my life. Well, not most of my life. I'm an Army brat, so we kind of traveled around a lot, so I'm used to travel, you know? But I was living in Detroit. I had just finished school. I had got my bachelor's in business, and I was working at the bank. And I was in management, so I was making really good money. I was making really good money. I was comfortable, but I was miserable. Seriously, I was miserable. So I literally would wake up before I went to work in the morning and I would cry. That's how much I dreaded going to work. I was pushing products on people who didn't need it, you know, people that were like going through it. And I'm just taking them for every dime they had. So I was waking up and I was miserable. And I'm sorry for those who work at the bank who probably see this. It wasn't y'all. Well, no, it was y'all. It was y'all too. It was y'all. It was y'all. I remember this one lady asked me, like, is it me? And I was like, no. But yes, if you're watching, it was you. You were horrible. Hopefully you've changed, but you didn't help. I'm just saying that. But I just didn't like my job. So I remember vividly one day I was in Starbucks and I was writing down my notes. So I have this thing that I've always done for most of my life. I write down everything that I want. I write down what I want to see, places I want to go, money I need. I'm very specific about everything, every detail, even down to like what kind of husband I wanted, which I got exactly what I wrote down, exactly to a T. So I've done this all my life. So one day I was in Starbucks and it works, y'all. I'm telling you, even if you just need money, like even if you just need $20, write that mess down and manifest it. But I digress. Listen. So I was in Starbucks and I was writing it down and I was saying, okay, I want to travel here. I want to live 5 different places. I want to live overseas. I want to learn 5 different languages and learn the culture. I had this plan. And so as I was writing it, I was like, wait, why do I keep saying one day? I was writing like one day. Like, when is this one day? I realized I wasn't being specific enough. I wasn't being specific. So in that moment, I was sitting in Starbucks, Telegraph in 9 Mile. What up? And I wrote today. Today, I am going to travel the world. Today, I am going to make something happen with my life today. And that's exactly what I did. From that moment on, I just took whatever steps I needed to take in order to make my dreams reality. So I moved from Detroit to Atlanta. And I moved from Detroit to Atlanta because I had a nice job out there working with children. And then I went back to school for my music degree to get my master's in music. And through music, I was able to apply for a student exchange program. Well, it wasn't an exchange program. It was more like just going over to a different country. So I moved to Georgia. I enrolled in school, all with the hopes of getting into a program that would lead me overseas. Now, when I was choosing between which school I wanted to go to, 2 stood out to me. It was Greece and there was Italy. Both of them sound really appealing, right? Because I was like, oh, okay, Greece men, Italian men, you know, whatever. It wasn't just about the men, but it was. Because listen, I remember I went on this small cruise, a small 3-day cruise, and you know how they have always like performers there? So there was this performer and she was dancing and I was just like, oh my God, I would love to get a job like this, you know, just cruising and going different places. Once again, I just love to travel. So I was talking to her and she was like, you know where you should go? You should go to Italy because they love Black women there. I'm just saying, I'm just keeping it real with you right now. That's what she told me. I'm telling you. But y'all, I I had to get more comfortable because the story was getting long. So I moved to, oh, that's what I was saying. That's what she told me. She told me that they like black women over there. And if you don't know, your girl's black. I might be fair skinned, but she's still black. So she told me they like black. So I always remember that. I remember when I was filling it out, I was like, that was the deciding factor. I was like, no, I should go here. I'm sure they like black women in Greece, but she just pumped Italy up so much. Like that's where she went to, you know, to perform and to sing and to dance. So I was like, I'm gonna try that. So y'all, I went to enroll in this school to go to Venice, Italy. And although I was in school, the plan was I'm going to find a band and I am going to make a living here. I'm going to stay here.